And welcome to the second installment of Steve, My Car, and I. Oh, actually, I was thinking of another name for this because I was watching comedians in cars getting coffee. It should be Artists in Cars Going Nowhere.
I was actually thinking humorous people in cars getting Slurpees.
Yeah, well, we're only funny to ourselves.
Yeah, sure enough.
So,
oh
man, Slurpees are so good.
They are.
Like, I don't think I can do another one of these without a Slurpee now.
Really, I know.
It's just, that was my biggest regret of the first one.
Not having anything.
Not having anything.
The only downside is, like, when we get to this point of the Slurpees, we should have started earlier, for one, so then we aren't, like...
No, I think it adds to the whole, you know, ambiance. There you go. What do you do one of these? You take off the lid and you do the whole scoop. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm not against doing the scoop.
You know, Winnipeg is famous for how many people eat Slurpees. I know Saskatchewan is as well.
It's the prairies, man.
Winnipeg is the Slurpee world, or capital of the world.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
I remember when I was in, like, grade 10, me and my buddy Kyle, we were playing Star Wars Battlefront all night. And then it was, like, 12:30 a.m. So it was, like, really late. And it was, like, minus 50 out. But there was a Max up the street. And we went and got Slurpees.
Yeah. Oh, Star Wars Battlefront. They had Star Wars Battlefront 2 on Xbox Live, and I bought it for, I think it was like $6. Oh,
sweet.
I know. It's amazing. Sweet. My buddy Sam and I the other night up at Big White, we played it on split screen.
Oh, man. The graphics and everything, like I just played it at my brother's the other day, like the new Star Wars Battlefront 2, and it is mind-blowing.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
Oh, man. Couldn't even handle it. I was trying to do like the fighter jet, whatever. I was flying the Millennium Falcon.
Nice.
It was difficult.
I bet.
And I was dizzy as hell.
Yeah.
Anyway, now to the podcast. I'm here again with Jobloski.
Hey.
Apparently I didn't leave Kelowna yet, so...
No.
You know.
All right that you didn't.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to go with the flow, and that's the beauty of this trip that I'm on. It's just kind of follow where opportunity leads. And so I'm still here. Been doing some paintings. I totally did not title my paintings what I said I was going to title it the last time.
Oh, that's right. You didn't do any, what does yours taste like?
Yeah, what does yours taste like? No, I didn't do any what does yours taste like.
You did Doug, though.
Skeeter, Doug's friend.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was, well, I was looking at in my backyard there, and there was a bunch of quails, and I thought of Quail Man. And I'm like, oh yeah, Doug was a funny show. Doug funny. So I was like, had this old canvas I wanted to redo because I didn't like it was okay, but when you get that feeling where you want to just push it further, like it's just sitting in a closet, why not take it out and just hit it again? Like, I've got some other ones I want to do that too. But, I did bring a couple of my new ones.
Oh, the owl, I love it.
The owl. Just bring it right to the front. Why not?
Yeah.
It's like, we don't have, like, whatever the editing software, so we're going to do it all analog. So you can see the owl there. It's pretty fun. Oh, yeah. I don't know. These animals are fun to do, but I think I want to shake things up. You have any suggestions?
Oh.
Because I'm also thinking of doing a coloring book.
Yeah, well, especially after that T-Rex that you made. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, the T-Rex is sweet. It was fun. Just poster board and some markers, man. Like, paint's fun. I love painting. Sometimes you got to just try a different medium. And markers are always great because the color is just so...
Yeah, it's so vivid.
Another thing I want to try too is you've got your board here, but I want to paint skateboards.
Oh yeah, blank decks.
I've got this little one. It might actually be in my trunk, or it's at the house somewhere. But yeah, it's just a little board,
Like one of those penny boards?
Yeah. Might try something on there.
Yeah. Well, there's always a good go with that. I know skateboards are a major thing. Skateboard art is a huge thing as well.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you can do it for, like, you know, specific people, right? So it's more of like, it's their board, it's their thing, like, because anybody can go get like a friggin' Tony Hawk deck or something like that, but you might see another person with the same deck. But if you have your own individual board, that's always way cooler.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
And then it's got a shelf life too, because the more they use it, and it starts wearing down all the paint and all that.
It's actually kind of cool. One year, a really cool snowboard company called Option. They no longer exist anymore, sadly, but they came out with this blank white snowboard, and I think like 5 different markers.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like, I forget what they called it, but just designed your own stuff on top.
Oh, that's
of it.
neat.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And people are like, oh yeah, and then they all just draw a pot leaf.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
The only marker that got used was the green one.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a really neat idea.
Coloring books. I think coloring book would be the way to go.
Well, exactly, because like adults now are buying. There's like adult coloring books, not like erotic coloring books or anything, but like actual like.
Well, there are those too.
Yeah, probably. I haven't seen them. That'd be actually kind of fun.
Yeah, but there's definitely adult coloring books. You see them all the time at like chapters. They have like whole sections and just like a little more intricate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I was thinking of doing that. They're fun to do. You just got to get that cool kind of outline and weird shapes and all that. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. Do maybe like 20 or so drawings, and then like upload it as like an ebook so people can just print it off. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll see what happens with that. That's my next kind of project. I was actually, maybe after this we should hit up the store and get some more poster boards.
Oh yeah, totally. The old Michaels.
Yeah, because if I do them big, you know, you do them like on these big boards, then taking a picture of it's super easy. You get that real bold outline. And yeah.
Wow.
And you know what I might even do is do a couple and just put them up for free, just first couple. People can try it out if they like it. And then oh yeah, I had an idea for a paint by numbers, where it was just gonna be like, for anybody who's seen, well, if you're watching this, you've probably seen my paintings. How I do like so much crazy colors in there. I thought it'd be funny to have like, you know, you have your animal or whatever it is, and then the whole thing is just covered in numbers, and there's no like lines or anything. It's just numbers all over the place. But it's only like 5 different numbers because I only use a few colors at a time. But they're just all over the place. So it's like 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 3, just like overlapping.
That'd be so funny.
It's so confusing.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. So I might do that. I might try that. Like, just draw it out and then just put the numbers everywhere. I think that'd be pretty funny. Oh. Speaking of, I was thinking of like art pieces for like if I ever have like a gallery exhibit. And I want to do it like interactive because I think it would be something like that would be kind of funny if you had a big canvas and you did paint by numbers, but you leave like brushes out and paint out for people to do a few, right?
That'd be really cool.
And so then it's this combination of a bunch of people painting this big paint by numbers together. Also had an idea for this one where it was like you have some like saying that you can't see the last word because it's like in a box that's locked, and then you have like a key for it, but the key is attached to a string, but the string doesn't quite make it to the to the lock, and so it'd just be funny to like film it and to see how many people try to get it and see how frustrated they get trying to open it.
It's kind of like gluing a dollar to the floor.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh, I think they had that on like Just for Laughs a lot.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, man, Just for Laughs was a good show.
Yeah, the gags were so funny.
Oh, I love them. And they transcend all barriers, like language and all that, because
Yeah.
it's just like so simple, but so funny.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one was they had a porta potty in like this park, and whenever somebody would go into the porta potty, they'd just rush out and they'd have like these office walls and they'd create like a conference room. And so when they come out of the porta potty, they're in like a board meeting with all these people. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh, it's so simple. That show was so great.
Mm-hmm. One day I'll have a TV show. If you had a TV show, though, what would you call it?
Oh, man. What would I call it?
Yeah, even if you don't know what it's about. What do you think it would be called?
That's a very good question. If I had a television show, what would I call it? I don't know. It'd be like the Cotton Jobloski's Wacky Game Show, and everybody would be expecting a game show, but it's not at all.
It's just like a serious drama, like political drama.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with game shows. You're not even in it.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's like the West Wing. Maybe it is just the West Wing. You just get West Wing, and you just put the new title on it, upload it to whatever.
Yeah,
hit show right there.
Definitely.
Right,
oh my gosh.
Slurpees killing it.
Yeah, mine's killed. I killed it.
You downed it already.
Yeah, it was so good. I really wish they had the banana flavor though.
I know they had it like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's bought so fast. Tastes like banana medicine.
I've told all of my ex-girlfriends, well, when I was dating them, that if we were ever to get married, the one stipulation I have is that there has to be a Slurpee machine at the wedding reception.
What flavors?
Coke for sure, or Pepsi, or both. Why not? And then some different fruity ones. But there just has to be a Slurpee machine.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, but like, what about like margaritas? I'm like,
margaritas, who cares?
And I'm like, we need prenup. You know, if you're gonna say something stupid like that.
Yeah, the one thing, Slurpee machine. With at least 4 flavors.
And you don't mix it with alcohol. See, I've tried this before, mixing it with alcohol. It's okay, but you have to drink it really fast. And then your Slurpee doesn't end up tasting like Slurpee anymore. It just tastes like
whatever you put in it.
A little slightly icier alcohol. And it's just like, you're ruining not only the alcohol, but the Slurpee, and that is sacrilege.
Yeah. Or unless if you're doing the whole foo bar where he takes the Jack Daniels and pours it into his Coke Slurpee.
Yeah, he just pour it in. You know it's really good. Coke Slurpee, Southern Comfort.
I would imagine that would be just as good, yeah.
Southern Comfort's really good. But I don't drink like that anymore. I'm on the straight and narrow.
I'm on a straight arrow as well. That goes straight for a bottle of alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta let loose sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
A few times a day.
Exactly. I only drink in days that end in AY.
What about DAY? It could even be DAY.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
Or even SDAY. No, I guess too specific.
Yeah, because Monday doesn't have an S.
That is
or
right.
Sunday. Or Friday.
Right.
Or Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. When is that day? Wednesday.
Wednesday. After night.
I wonder how they thought of that. Well, I'm sure there's like some sort of Greek meaning behind it or something. But maybe some guy just woke up, he's like, Wednesday!
Right now!
Yeah.
Right now is day.
They're like, oh my gosh, you just made
You
a
should
new
write
day.
that down. Oh yeah, like what's that guy? The Julian calendar, or I don't know who came up with the days. I know that they came up with like the months.
Yeah,
but who came up with the days?
It was a Caesar. I think it was Augustus or something like that. He made July for his son Julius and August for himself, screwing up the calendar year.
Right, but like, what about the days of the week?
I don't know who did that. I'm not a scriber.
Unless that just comes back from like the Judaism with like the.
It probably does.
Where it's and then they just gave each day a name. Yeah. Strange. Never really thought about that before.
Yeah, never did I.
Like 7 days. You can get a lot done in 7 days.
You can.
I don't, but like you could.
You can almost successfully escape the girl from the ring, and then die.
Yeah. Yeah, almost successfully do it. Oh man. To take a turn for the more serious stuff, have you heard about the kids in Thailand?
Yeah,
who were trapped in
and
cave?
the one officer who just recently died.
Yeah, the ex-Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, he was.
He went down there to give them oxygen, and he didn't have enough to get back.
Yeah, well, it's like I think the round trip for like these professional divers is like 11 hours.
That's crazy.
And these kids are like
how
10
did
years
they get
old.
There?
Well, they're at the entrance to the cave, and it's a few weeks before typhoon season started.
Oh, yeah.
But one showed up, and so then they, like, in order to escape the stuff, they moved further into the cave, but then the water kept rising, so they kept moving further and further and further into the cave, and it ended up a couple kilometers in there.
Crazy.
And so it's like, they have no idea how to get them out, because, like, how do you get a 10-year-old to do a 7-hour diving trip through pitch black, tiny little things that even professional divers are dying in?
Yeah.
How do you get a 10-year-old to not freak out and to be able to survive something like that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
One of the plans that they're thinking of doing is just having them wait out the entire season.
Yeah.
4 months.
That's what I heard. They brought in enough supplies to be able to do that, apparently.
But then I guess they're saying that the oxygen's running low, so
just run a hose.
Well, that they did do that. They ran a friggin' oxygen tube to pump oxygen in there, but they still think that it might not work. So who knows? It's pretty scary that they've already been down there for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. I listen to CBC on my telephone when I'm working, and every hour I hear about it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Oh man.
On a plus side, though, they're releasing the name of the guy who slammed into the bus full of hockey players at Humboldt.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Man, that was sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it took them that long to name the culprit.
Yeah, they probably wanted to give it some time so there wasn't people
freaking out and wanting to murder him.
Yeah. So he survived?
Oh, yeah. I think he like left as well, like left the scene or something. I don't know exactly all the stipulations on it, but
yeah, I guess like if you release that name, there'd be a lot of vigilantes out there who'd be like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Yeah, man, that's nuts. You know, the things that will define our generation. You know, like how back in the day they had the Chilean miners that were stuck and trapped.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have like 9/11. You have all these like weird points in time, and these will be some of them.
Yep. Yeah, it will be.
Crazy to think about, man. There's all this stuff going on, and I'm just sitting here painting colorful pictures of owls.
You should do things with faces. Like other things that
well,
don't have
animals
faces.
have faces. Oh, that don't have faces.
That don't have faces, but you should put faces on them.
Like a toaster.
Yes.
The brave little toaster.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I won't do a toaster, but I like where this is going.
Yeah. I've been trying to think of other stuff that you can do. Do like fruit with faces. Fruit with faces is always
would be
fun.
funny.
Yeah.
But then it might look like VeggieTales.
It kind of would.
Maybe
right.
I should just do the VeggieTales characters.
gosh, it's a good idea.
Like, what is it? Larry the Cucumber?
I don't remember VeggieTales. I don't think I ever watched it. My sister did.
Bob the Tomato, Larry the Cucumber. Pretty sure that's what it was.
Why not the Leek?
The Leek.
Yeah, Larry the Leek would have been a lot better.
I think they just wanted vegetables that kids would probably
True
actually
enough. Well, then you should do, like, the forgotten vegetables from the VeggieTales.
eat. Yeah, they're just messed up.
Yeah, they're just angry and stuff that they were never featured. Like Darren the Dragon Fruit.
Darren the Dragon Fruit. Like to be Andre the Dragon Fruit. You know, something like that. But I like where this is going. Inanimate objects and give them faces. Like a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Which reminds me. Do you remember, you probably do, Bonkers? The cheetah who was a cop.
Oh, yeah.
This cartoon. Bonkers. He's totally nuts. Bonkers. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched much of it, but I remember
We're going
it.
to look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what was a real trip, and I found out that it was a terrible show?
Uh-huh.
I rewatched it, Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh, yeah.
I watched
It's so bad.
I watched one episode, I was
man.
like, really? Really? I was excited about this as a kid?
Yeah.
The show was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I think it was just the idea that there were samurai pizza cats.
Yeah.
And the colors, and they're just very, like...
Yeah, well, they tried to really get off on the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, exactly. Samurai pizza cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Thanks, Japan, for another
Exactly.
crazy show.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Did you know, fun fact, that the Power Rangers, or the American version of Power Rangers, is actually a mixture of like 3 or 4 different Japanese shows?
Really?
Because the Japanese shows at the time were just like very formulaic, and so they'd have like these monsters in one show, but then they'd have like these big machines, and so they kind of edited it and they shot a few scenes just to kind of make it work, but like the ninja show was a completely different show than like the robots and stuff.
Crazy.
And so what they did was they edited it together and made like the first couple seasons, because there were so many shows, and then after that they started filming everything.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, so the original Power Rangers was just a mishmash of different Japanese shows.
Yeah, I could see, like, the whole Gundam aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Those Japanese shows are pretty nuts.
They certainly are.
I was listening to, like, Japanese rock last night. Like, their music is so crazy, too. Very theatrical. You know, it's like if everybody in the country was Meatloaf.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just this very...
Yeah. No, it's like watching, like, K-pop, like Korean pop and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are nuts.
I love it. It's just like they obviously gotta know it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not just like, there's these people next to us. That's the beauty of filming a podcast in your car, in a parking lot, full of people, next to a beach, in a pretty busy city.
It's like if the Sound of Music were to just kept going in that world where everybody just sang and danced, and it just, like,
Yeah.
kept going. And now it's today.
Yeah, just
And
like
that's what
jump
K-pop
70 years in the future.
That's
yeah.
what K-pop is. It's just like everyday life going through just all the time.
Bubble pop, bubble
Yeah.
pop. Yeah, oh man. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's extraordinary.
It's just pure entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, it's not anything, they're not trying to prove anything.
No.
They're not trying to be deep. They're not trying to send a message. It's just literally gibberish.
Yeah.
Like, even in their own language, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it transcends all of that. Like when Psy came out with
Gangnam Style?
Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
It didn't matter that nobody knew the language. The video and the song itself just
Said it
worked
all.
so well. And it's just like, you just got it. You just understood it just by seeing the video and listening to it, even without knowing anything he's saying. And, man, I remember that was like one of the first videos, like after Justin Bieber got 1 billion views or whatever. The Psy got a couple billion views on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nuts, man.
Yeah, the world of the internet and how much explosion and how much exposure you get from it. Like the Numa Numa guy. Like the my.
Oh yeah.
Like I wonder what he does now.
Same thing.
Probably.
Every day was like, no.
He just sits there every day, wakes up.
Yeah.
And has those really weird wraparound earphones that went like behind your head.
Yeah.
Those like the sports running earphones.
Oh man, I showed you one guy on Instagram, the California Karate Studio guy.
Oh yes.
Oh, Sensei Houston is his name. So friggin' funny, and it keeps getting funnier.
Oh,
so
man.
there's this part where, like, okay, so to explain, this guy, he has this like, it's a parody of a karate instructor. But he just runs his Instagram as if it's a real Instagram. Which it is, I guess. But it's just, like, so ridiculous. And all of his, like, stories, like, the little videos and stuff, he always, like, hashtags his ex-girlfriend's name in it.
Oh, really?
And so it always comes back around to that. So it's just, like, it's like, yeah, down at the beach, you know, gonna, whatever, he's working out or he's training this other guy. And it's just like, yeah, it's good to take some time off, and, you know, Jessica, if you're out there, it's just, like, so good. It's so good. He's just, like, can't get over it.
He reminded me so much of, from the television show Disjointed. There's this one guy named Taekwon Douglas. And when I watched it, I was like, wow, this is, like, Taekwon Douglas in real life. Yeah, it's so funny.
Oh, man. I love guys who do that, where it's just like they just have a character and then it's just that's what they do.
Yeah.
And so everything plays into that and they can just stay in character and it's so good. But then it's like tied into reality because I think he actually is.
Yeah, he looks like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he like actually is into karate and martial arts and stuff. But it's like he just takes that and turns it into a joke. And just life would be weird living like that because you wouldn't be able to tell where it's real and where it's not because you're starting to bring in all of these like real things that are happening, especially with Instagram, where you can post constantly.
It'd be like being really, really great at guitar and like giving out really bad guitar lessons.
Yes,
as a joke.
I've seen that actually. I forget the guy's name, but there is a guy who does that, and it's pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Or a great example would be somebody like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Because, like, those wrestlers back in the day, they had to create their personas, but then they're always doing off the road, you know, they're always taking steroids, so and tons of drugs, and just, people are just expecting them to be that.
Yeah.
Because it's such a different thing. It wasn't like you're going to see Macho Man in a movie. It was like, no, Macho Man's a real guy. And so everybody sees him as a real dude.
It's the cream of the crop.
Oh yeah, let's rise to the top. Randy Savage, yeah. Oh, Gene Okerlund.
I love the one where he and Hulk Hogan are just like out there.
Oh yeah.
My brother here, we're gonna take everybody to the moon. Oh yeah. Say your prayers and eat your breakfast, brother. Elizabeth, you take the high road, I'll take the low.
Oh, gosh. And, oh, man. I really wish I would have watched wrestling when I was younger. I thought it was so ridiculous.
Oh, I loved it.
I know so many people who love it so much, and I, like, started watching more of it. I'm like, wow. This is actually, like, this is pure entertainment.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's
just
pure entertainment.
Yeah. And, like, even nowadays, like, every once in a while I'll tune in and see some stuff. But it's like, I just haven't kept up to date. It's like a soap opera with like
With fighting?
fighting and crazy costumes and ridiculousness. Like one of my favorite guys, other than Macho Man, was Stone Cold.
Oh, yeah.
He was just so intense all the time.
Drinking his double beers all the time.
Yeah. But again, just these characters that they develop.
Yeah.
And then you look at somebody like The Rock, who has just exploded.
So funny. He's such a good actor, too.
And he works harder than anybody else in
Yeah.
the fucking world. It's crazy.
Maybe not Tom Cruise.
Yes, okay. Maybe not Tom Cruise, who just turned 56 the other day.
I know, and he's still doing his frickin' Mission Impossible movies. Like, he's...
That's
a
right, there's a new one.
I know, and he's still doing all his own frickin' stunts. It's so ridiculous.
I know. You know what? Maybe there's something to this Scientology thing.
You're right, he's a cyborg now.
Like, if they were, like, they picked the poster child or whatever, and they picked the right guy.
Oh, heck yes.
Like, he is showing, like, that you...
He's Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, he literally is just that. Like, actually, he could, if it came down to it, I bet Tom Cruise could pull off actual missions like that.
He's done enough, I'm sure he could.
Yeah, like, he's probably learned all the skills and everything. And
it's kind of like if you were ever to, want a bodyguard, you could probably hire Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Because he knows, like,
he knows
everything
all of
he's
those.
done in his movies, he trains like he's actually doing it.
Yeah, and he probably wouldn't even charge you for it, because he's
No,
nice.
he is. He'd be like, oh, sure, man, I got more than enough money to spare.
That's what I'm waiting for. I want to see, like, just some viral video of Keanu Reeves just, like, getting, like, civil justice on somebody on the subway or something. Like,
yeah.
Some guy, like,
that'd be great.
Hits a woman or something, and Keanu just steps in and just takes him down like real-life John Wick.
Yeah.
Just be like, yeah!
Has an elastic band gun and shoots him 3 times in the head with it.
Oh, man. I would freaking love that.
Oh, my God, that'd be great. Keanu, if you're watching this, you're amazing.
Yes, it's true.
Looks like you're going to have to hashtag Keanu Reeves in this.
Yes. And I should post the link to the karate guy, the California Karate Studio.
Yeah.
And to just be like, hey, man, see if I could talk to him, send him a message or something. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Because he also has a comic book.
Oh, really?
He has
that's
a comic
so
book.
funny.
And it's ridiculous. So I'm going to see if I can contact him, and then I'll update everybody in the next episode.
Maybe you can draw his next comic book. You should do him as one of your next pieces, like kicking a piece of bread or something with a face.
Yeah. That'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
Well, I think. What do you think? I think we're good for today.
Yeah.
I think this was a good one.